Monaco beat Metz to restore their 3-point advantage at the top of Ligue 1 thanks to Kylian Mbappe and Radamel Falcao, the Colombian helping the teenage sensation open the scoring. Monaco's captain then showed great movement to get on the end of Almami Traore's centre, 2-0, and Metz in trouble. The Maroons may have thought back to the 7-0 thrashing handed out to them in the reverse fixture when the third went in after just 20 minutes. Mbappe doing nothing to dampen the comparisons with former Monaco wonderkid Thierry Henry. And the 18-year-old became the youngest player to score a hat-trick in Ligue 1 since Jérémy Menez in 2005. Mbappe's first in the top flight to add to the treble recorded in the Coupe de la Ligue. The only blot was a serious injury to Gabriel Boschilia, but otherwise another rout was completed as Falcao rounded off a 5-star showing. PSG were dynamic from the first whistle against Bordeaux, with Edinson Cavani showing fabulous technique to open the scoring. The Uruguayan scoring for the 6th match running in all competitions, his best sequence since joining the club. Well, this well worth another look. Marco Verratti returned to the team and showed no ring rustiness as he combined with Lucas Moura before releasing Angel Di Maria, who produced a cute finish to outfox Cedric Carasso. The Argentine and Cavani had run right when PSG won in the Coupe de la Ligue at Bordeaux earlier this season, and the pair were instrumental once more. A brilliant pick out and another volley, seeing Cavani's 25th goal in 23 appearances, consigning the Girondins to a 3-0 defeat. Nice were caught cold in Brittany as Rennais went head through a stunning lob from Morgan Amalfitano, his first for the club since switching from Lille. Christian Gurkov's men have become draw specialists after 4 straight in the league as part of an 8-match winless stretch, yet despite confusion over whether he was offside, Giovanni Sio's goal eventually stood to lead Nice with a mountain to climb at the break. Lucien Favre's men lost Alassane Plea to injury before the break, but his replacement made an instant impact. Juventus loanee Anastasios Donis, the first Greek to score in Ligue 1 since 2006. And Valentin Isarek beat a crestfallen Benoit Costil to snatch a point. Nice, though, may have kissed the title goodbye. Lyon supporters have asked whether the players have the stomach for the fight. Alexandre Lacazette went some way to try and placate them, especially having said he would likely leave in the near future. The first player to score 20 league goals in 3 consecutive seasons since Pedro Poileta in 2003. Yet OL were on a run of 4 defeats in 5 matches, and their lack of confidence was exposed by a Guingamp side who've collected just a single point from 5 league outings since the turn of the year. Midfielder Moustapha Diallo once again popping up in the box to score. And Guingamp sent Lyon crashing to another costly defeat when Yannis Salabert, who was only still at the club after a move to Hull collapse, perfectly picked out Nicolas BENEZET, who nodded past the despairing Anthony Lopez. Saint-Etienne piled on the pressure to their rivals with a convincing win over bottom side Lorient. Captain Loic Perrin prodded home the opener after 18 minutes. And they were rewarded for their persistence and Lorient's abysmal defending to double their lead 2 minutes later through Jordan Verretou. Romain Amouma scored the pick of the bunch, his 6th of the season. And they scored at least 4 goals at home in the league for the first time since against Nice in 2015, when home debutant Jorginho tapped in. Nantes came out the block so fast they caught Marseille snoozing. Diego Carlos on hand to score on 12 minutes. Pelé only able to save the first effort and second, for the third found the net. OM were statues as Mariusz Stepinski was allowed to make it 2-0, the first time this season Nantes have scored more than 1 at home. Marseille have only won 3 of their last 19 away in Ligue 1, but finally woke up when Hiroki Sakai found Bafatami Gomez. But just 60 seconds later, Nantes restored their 2-goal advantage. Adrien Thomason on hand as the Canaries scored 3 in a league match for the first time in over a year. Gomes grabbed his 16th of the season, only to go off injured as Marseille fell to a bruising defeat. Andy Delors is proving to be a golden signing for Toulouse. This acrobatic overhead kick means he's now scored 3 and 3 since returning to France from Mexico. Martin Braithwaite is also a striker reborn after a 10-game goal drought, the captain scoring in consecutive matches. A stunning finish to beat Jean-Louis Leca in the Bastia goal. Well, the Corsicans threatened a comeback early in the second half, only to later see Yannick Cahuzac sent off for the 14th time in his career, and then Nicolas Saint-Rufus joined him in an early path, the latter conceding a needless spot kick. Well, Danish striker Braithwaite stepped up and managed to make it double figures in Ligue for the second season running. And Issa Diop rounded off a 4-1 win as the good times appear to be returning to Toulouse. Isaac Mbenza made a real impact for Montpellier at Nantes, grabbing his first Ligue 1 goal since signing from Stade Liège on the final day of the transfer window. The visitors had the worst away record in the league, but were on course for a first success on the road when Steve Meunier emphatically headed home Riyad Boudbez's cross. And 20-year-old Mbenza rounded off a 3-0 win to snap a 13-match winless run away from home to go above Nantes in the table. It was a Dijon winter wonderland, especially when Mehdi Abed turned in Louis Dionne's centre. Dionne, who scored 11 goals in their promotion season, hit the net for the first time at home in 2017 to secure a vital 3 points. Angers had not won at Lille since November 1976, but were dreaming after Pierre Capel's looping header left Vincent Inyema stranded. Lille's response was emphatic. What a way to score your first top-flight goal, as Yves Bissouma announced himself to the Stade Pierre Mauroy. Sadly, the 20-year-old Malian was later sent off. Not before Romain Thomas headed in at the back post. SCO's history boys winning at Lille for the first time in 41 years. Well, goals galore in week 25. 37, the best return of the season. The top two won to the tune of 8 goals scored, none conceded. A hat-trick for Mbappe, Montpellier's first away win. Nantes scoring multiple goals, and Angers making history. Plenty of firsts over the weekend. Monaco stayed 3 clear of PSG in what now looks like a 2-horse race after Nice slipped up at Rennes. Lyon's podium dreams have turned into a nightmare task of holding on to 4th with bitter rival Saint-Etienne, now just a point behind. Well, the bottom 3 all lost. Lorient and Bastia adrift at the foot, with 18th place Caen just a point behind free-falling Lille. Just 5 points separate 13th place Dijon from 20th. Well, Monaco play on Friday in week 26 ahead of their Champions League clash with Manchester City and can open a 6-point gap, with PSG turning out on Sunday night after their Tuesday night tussle with Barcelona.